Okay, I will do one more design table example. This was given in one of the activities last week, and since there will be design table problem on the exam, I'll do this again. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is to create a nominal part like that. So, and then we're going to rename the dimensions that we want so that we can create design table. Notice that here, this dimension and that dimension, they're always 5, so they're not changing. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a part file. Make sure you always start with a part file, because if it's a part, there's no reason to start it in the product. And then on a convenient plane, on that horizontal plane, I will sketch. Because it's symmetric, things are symmetric, maybe we should do only half of it, and then we're going to reflect, okay, or mirror. Okay, so let's see now. Let me see, this was one of them. Let me see, this is the piece on the right, the piece on the left. We come down here. You don't have to do half of it, but just makes sense. That's all. Now, what else we have? Okay, so we're going to draw a circle here, but this is a construction circle because the center of those circles, of these two small circles, lies on a circle there. This is a construction circle, so select it and turn to construction entity. By the way, let me put my dimensions here, 5 inch and 5 inch, so that it's roughly the correct size. So from here to here, this is 5. Okay, and also from here to here, it's also 5. All right, now let's draw these two little circles here. So one of them is over there and it sits on that dash. The center of it sits on dashed line, but it's not construction, so I'm going to turn it back into an entity. Okay, a circle entity. So here's the other one. There we are. Now let's reflect the stuff that we want. So this control that and that and that. You're going to mirror it with respect to this. Okay, so we should always make sure that things are right. In other words, oops. Okay, so if I move this thing, things should move symmetrically, etc. Now let's dimension the stuff that we want. First of all, where is that dimension? Right there. We want to dimension this circle. Eventually this is going to be R. We want to dimension this circle and that circle. We have some angles to dimension between here and here. I think it's going to be one of the angles, and this one and that one is going to be the other angle. And I think that's pretty much all we want. Let's pad this thing. That's good. And apply a dummy material to it. Some dummy material to this part. Alright, good. Now we're going to rename these dimensions to match the names that we have in this diagram. In other words, R, R1, R2, alpha and beta. Or R1, R2, alpha and beta. Okay, so let's go back to that sketch. We don't have to go to the sketch actually, we can do it from here. We can also go to the sketch if you want. It may be easier to pick stuff from the sketch. So this thing is the diameter of, I believe that's circle, construction circle. So we want this thing to be called R. R. Okay. Apply. This thing is the diameter of the circle on the left. So we're going to call it R1. Apply. This is the diameter of some stuff on the right, the circle on the right. I'm going to call it R2. Apply. This is my beta. and this is my alpha. Alpha apply. And oh yeah, is there an L here? Do we have L as a dimension? L is, oh no, this is 1. The pad is 1, so that's okay. We can fix this. Actually, I'm going to change it right now to 1 because that is not a parameter. It's not changing. Where is that pad? I think it's this thing. I'm going to change it to 1. So it's consistent at least with the instruction that was given to me. Okay, good. All right. So that's pretty much, we're almost done. So we go to design table. We are creating a design table. And the stuff that we want to have in our design table are these things in some order that's specified in the table. It's R1, R2, R, and I'm on beta. Okay, so R1, R2, R, alpha, and beta in that order. It says, where do you want to put it? I'm going to put it on my desktop. There's already something called design table 1, so I'm going to call it design table 2. Make sure that when you do this thing on a test, you give me a design table. If you don't, we will not be able to grade your test. So give me the part and the design table in the folder that is supposed to go. Okay, so these are the nominal values. So edit the table. First thing I'm going to do is the first insert a column and insert another column. This is going to be name or serial number if you want, and this is going to be material, my math, whatever you want to give it. Okay, and then start doing. This is the dummy one, and some dummy material. I don't know what I put on it, but I'll put brass for now. If whatever it was, I can't remember. It really doesn't matter. Even if it's something else, going to change it to that. And then you follow the instructions and put these things in it. 1A, 2A, 3A. So it's going to be 1A, 2A, 3A. And then your material according to this instruction is brass, copper, silver. Brass, copper. Remember, these have to start with uppercase because that's how the database in Catia is. And silver. And then the dimensions that's given to you here. Let me see, 0.5, 0.25, and 0.1, 0.5, 0.25, and 1. Incidentally, if there's a mistake, you can't put random numbers here because you might make the sketch self-intersecting, etc. You can always go and fix it. So what else do we have here? 0.5, 0.5, 0.25, 0.5, 0.5, 0.25, and R 234, 2, 3, 4, angles 45, 90, 90, 45, 90, 90, and over here 45, 90, 30, 45, 90, 30, 45, 90, 30. This first one I can delete, and I will do that later. But for now, you have to save this. Remember, you have to save it, and you have to exit it before you can actually use it. So wait for the summary message to come up. It says that, okay, I put these in your design table, except that I don't know what to do with your part name and serial, part number or serial number and material. So you click on the association tab, and it says, I don't know what to do with these things. Serial number is associated with part number. Associate, click on associate here. And material is associated with material that you gave it earlier. Now you can also move these things in different. Right now, if you select a configuration tab, notice that these things appeared here, but in the wrong column. It's maybe easier if you put in the right stuff. So you select the association, association tab, and then move the part name all the way to the top. Select the material, move it all the way second last. And if you go to configuration table, you see that it's right there. Now, this is the nominal one, okay, which I'm going to delete it in a minute. The next one is select the next row, apply. You can see that the part name became 1A, material is brass. Go to the next one, apply. Part name became 2A, material is copper. And last one is, I don't know, what is it? Yeah. Silver, and materials 3A. If you want to delete the first one, click on edit table, select that, delete it. Don't forget to save this and exit. Notice that the first one is gone. Okay, that's pretty much it. No more design table examples. You're on your own.